Welcome back to the Split Screeners podcast. Do I need to say podcast?
No.
Can I just say Split Screeners?
Channel, whatever.
Welcome back to the Split
Gold.
Screeners. That's all you need.
All right.
Series.
We're workshopping.
Yeah, you
know,
need to let us know in the comments.
Your favorite
Strikes.
channel on YouTube.
We are your host. Gavin, Zach, Aaron, Nick.
Not sure on the order.
I love the double check, right?
Did I get everybody's name right?
Because you don't know who we are.
In this episode, we are going to be doing a review of the Superman trailer, which is releasing July 11th.
I'll be upfront with you guys. A lot of us, most of us, all of us aren't the hugest DC fans, not the biggest Superman fans, but this is a start of a new movie universe under the flagship of James Gunn
baby.
and
was
Peter
good
Safran,
director.
who's also, they're both the head of DC Studios now at Warner Brothers. Hopefully with James Gunn's director backlog of Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad, this all goes very well.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed for them. They've definitely needed to just do a hard reset on their universe.
There are things that I liked about the Snyder universe, but there are also a lot of misses here and there.
Yeah.
Man of Steel was very enjoyable for what it was.
Yeah,
Again, as somebody
when
who
it
isn't
came
a
out,
huge
yes.
Superman fan,
Same.
Something about
It's my favorite Superman.
I never really understood how everybody seems to struggle with a Superman live action, and I'm not understanding why. Because I feel like you should be like one of the most straightforward, right? His powers, he has lots of powers, but he's also. It's not like he's that complex. Like I know he's not that complex.
the hard thing I think with Superman, and it would be difficult, is that the way Superman was written and the way that you view Superman, outside of Lex Luthor, who obviously has ways of getting his hands on Superman's only weakness, really, like, it's hard to portray somebody that is
So omnipotent.
basically unbeatable in
Yeah.
most scenarios
Yeah.
and show him have any threat.
Yeah. That's why I've always found him to be pretty boring.
Yeah.
I think part of
For
it
me
too.
personally.
Part of it too was that you were with Man of Steel. You were getting off the backbone of the Dark Knight trilogy, grounded, realistic. He could be in this world. They were trying to do the same thing for Superman. To make him a little darker, a little bit moodier, kind of like Christian Bale's Batman. But this character is not one you can make like that Batman. It has to be hopeful, and they were trying to sprinkle in hope with it, but I think there wasn't enough of it. It was really dark and moody.
Yeah.
Before we get too much into that, let's cue the trailer.
Really quick. One of the things that I'm hoping James Gunn's bringing to this, and I don't know if everybody agrees out there, just the slightest bit of comedy to these DC movies. I don't think that they have to be
Thor: Love and Thunder.
even Guardians of the
But I
Galaxy.
think
I don't think that they need to have that level. of
James
comedy.
Gunn is good.
Just
with
a
comedy.
couple moments that make you chuckle, feel a little bit
A little
uplifted.
bit. But not to the extent of like Shazam and a few of DC's others.
All right, let us put on the trailer. We will start talking about this. So trailer starts beautiful. As Superman crashes to the ground.
And he finds himself inside the abominable snowman's foot.
It does look
Yeah,
like
it does.
One thing I do like about this trailer is that they take the original John Williams, Christopher Reeve Superman theme and kind of update it with the electric guitar.
Look at that mussy hair.
It is a key lower than the original theme song, but
beautiful way to start a trailer too. That all white background with just the abrupt yellow, blue, and red of Superman.
and you do get a little bit of relatedness with him bleeding, so he really got his butt handed to him.
I love this.
I've talked about this because I watched this trailer last week. Is there a more Superman-looking Superman on planet Earth? He just radiates Clark Kent vibes to me. And Henry Cavill did a good job. I thought he looked wonderful. This dude, it like blows my mind.
He looks like he needs to.
Oh, Krypto.
I am excited to see Krypto.
He's
Now
such a
that's a
good boy.
Superman character I like.
He's such a good boy.
Oh, he's cute.
He is
He's
really
so
He's
cute.
so cute. All right. 10 out of 10 movie.
And I love
It looks like some of the monsters he's fighting too in this trailer look really cool.
And I love seeing Superman save like those ordinary
Hitman.
civilians. Yeah, civilians.
Also, Nicholas Holt Lex Luthor looks really good.
He's had a lot of good movies lately too. He's
Yeah,
going
he's
to
a
be
good
Nosferatu coming up.
They'll be a lot better than just
Who is that?
So that's Hawkgirl.
No. Before that, with their bowl cut.
Bowl cut.
So that's Guy Gardner. He's I think the third Green Lantern.
Okay.
And
Again,
that's
don't
very
know about
comic
that.
accurate.
I like the actor. What's his name?
I have it pulled up. Just a second. Try not to look at my phone while we're watching this, but I've seen this trailer before.
Yeah, like
That
all of these
is
monsters in the background.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. Thank you.
Because essentially, if he's getting his butt handed to him, means he's probably fighting like Krypton monsters or just obviously aliens.
It's a lot of speculation right now because this is the first footage we've actually gotten from the movie. There's been a lot of like leaked images and stuff because they were filming in Cleveland,
Very
where a
Darcy.
lot of Marvel movies have been filmed too. But Isabel Merced, she's gonna be playing Hawkgirl.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she was in the Scream movies, the last two. We also have Frank Grillo, who played Crossbones in the MCU. He's playing Rick Flag Sr. Now, he's going to be the father of Rick Flag from the Suicide Squad. As far as canon goes for these movies, there's going to be a lot of loosely played stuff. So, like, what James Gunn himself has said is that if it's mentioned in the new movies, it's part of canon. So, stuff from the original DCU with Snyder's movies could be canonized.
So they're just gonna pick and choose.
Kind of. So basically, this isn't the first entry into the new universe. Creature Commandos is. That's on HBO Max. They've mentioned the stuff that's happened in James Gunn's Suicide Squad and stuff that's happened in Peacemaker, season 1. So bits and pieces of that will
Well, if
be
they keep that,
canonized.
that's fine. As long as the
Well, they're
the
doing a
rest of it's
season
thrown
2.
out.
He's doing a season 2 Peacemaker.
Peacemaker's phenomenal.
It is.
So is Peacemaker season 1 canon?
Basically up until the Justice League show up at the very end.
So they're gonna keep the butterflies.
Yeah.
I didn't think they did it bad. I really liked Peacemaker.
Yep. So
Any idea on these villains? That's what one of my questions was. Does somebody like? Do you know? Does this character have a name?
So the Axolotl looking creature, I do not know who that is.
What about the giant jellyfish-looking radiant
Oh, we've got a lot of
creature?
giant sea creatures.
It's a kaiju movie.
Again, not
It's
entirely
Iron,
sure.
Iron Man, Jesus.
Okay.
It's Superman. So
Let us know in
It
the
could be-
comments who these people
it's
are.
probably Lex Luthor.
people
Like,
that are up on
Bro,
DC.
he does. He looks a lot like the main character from Hitman. He
Oh yeah. It does.
cast Nicholas Hoult to play the Hitman character in the same exact suit, same haircut. Would love that. But I do think that he pulls off Luthor pretty well. I'm excited to see him.
It's gonna be better than Jesse Eisenberg.
It's gotta be. No hate to Jesse Eisenberg on this channel.
He has said
Now you see
recently
me, good movie.
that Batman
Pretty
v Superman has drastically hurt his career. And I can kind of see that. Like after that movie, I could see him not getting as many roles. I'm gonna say on this table, like I was excited for Man of Steel when that came out. This is the most excited I've seen you guys for a DC movie, maybe besides Shazam.
I'm excited to see it rebooted again. Not a huge Superman fan, not a huge DC fan on the whole. I pick and choose what I really like in there. But this actually has me a little hopeful that James Gunn and everybody have learned from their many mistakes and reboots of this DC universe.
what's also been nice,
be good.
the creature.
So I am excited to see it.
The Creature Commandos, because that's also supposed to be canon, isn't it?
That is the first entry in this new universe.
Yeah, it's animated, and I really enjoyed it. I know if you watched one of our previous videos, we showed you GZP. We. Gonna be huge. Anyways.
All right, crypto alone is going to make this movie
Yeah.
a 10 out of 10.
Gavin, you were saying?
Better not pull a Marley in me with crypto. Spoilers for Marley and me.
It's been long enough. But you were saying about Creature Commandos, showing us the scene.
We showed you guys. What is it? The robot.
Oh,
Yeah,
GI.
GI robot.
Yeah, I think it's GI robot. It's not. That's why I struggle to remember his name. Where he's talking about the Nazis. You guys really enjoyed that. But
Wait,
it's funny. So I hope that we'll have a little bit of the.
When do of the things that I think drives me to be more hopeful for this movie is the last, like, we went through a phase where I wasn't a fan of anything coming out from DC. Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, Wonder Woman movies, they weren't for me. And I understand that some people really liked them, weren't for me. The Suicide Squad, fucking awesome. The most fun I have had seeing a Batman movie or seeing a DC movie in theaters, maybe in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And then to top that off with the new Batman movie, which again we don't know, we aren't fully sure if that's going to be part of this new universe or not. Maybe the best Batman movie I've seen in theaters.
Yeah, that should
And
be
then we, as good as Penguin's been, everybody's been loving Penguin. It seems like DC, and then Creature Commandos. It seems like DC is headed in a better direction, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Again, I know there's people that are probably sad.
I forget that who plays the Penguin?
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell. You're not going to see it. You can't see his face because of the prosthetics, but like, I see him moving around. I see him how I play his character and everything. I'm like, that is the Penguin. He does a really, really good job with delivering the lines and everything. It doesn't sound corny or cheesy.
Look, and the other thing that really pumps me up is like, if DC can start cranking out some fucking good movies and give Marvel some actual superhero competition, it's gonna raise the bar for Marvel.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll start getting. And I haven't been as disappointed with Marvel movies as I think a lot of people.
Yeah.
But they have slightly started to get worse and worse since Endgame. I'm hoping that maybe we can have some competition. Competition breeds good results, and hopefully we can start getting better DC movies and better Marvel movies, and the world can just be happy.
Yeah. I'm all for having both to go see.
I would love if I could have the argument of which movie series is currently better, like DC or Marvel. I would love to be able to have... Yeah. That's never been an argument that I have been able to make in my lifetime, because Marvel has always been better than DC movie-wise for me. So yeah, I have so much hope for these movies. I hope that James Gunn takes this in the right direction and we get a really cool, fun build-up to a new Justice League movie. I would love to see...
Martian Manhunter. I want Martian Manhunter
please.
so bad. He always gets shafted.
Done right.
Cyborg done right.
So this...
Give me a Teen Titans movie. That'd be sick.
Just introduce them in there. I'd love to see them.
This is what I know about this new universe so far. If an actor or actress plays or voices a character that's animated, like Creature Commandos, they will also play that character in live action. So, best example so far, Frank Grillo playing Rick Flag Sr. He's voicing the character currently in Creature Commandos, but he's going to appear in live action as that character in Superman. Another thing James Gunn has mentioned, he's very strongly opinionated about he's not going to make a movie because the studio wants this character or IP done right now. He's going to make it when he feels the script is right, when he feels like there's the right idea, when he feels like there's the right director, and it's going to be good. I've already mentioned the canon stuff. We already have we're starting in the action with this movie. So there's already, from what it sounds like, when the movie starts, Superman's gonna be fighting somebody. It's not gonna be a bunch of new takes on origin stories. We already have a few JSA members in the movie, already established superheroes. We got one of the Green Lanterns. We have Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, who I've only read about in a few Justice League comics, mostly like Justice League 2000 or something like that. Can't remember exactly who it is. I love the choice for Lex Luthor. Just from what I know from my limited exposure to DC, his company currently is Luthor Corp, so it sounds like maybe his dad has a higher hand in the company at this point before it becomes Lex Corp. What else I do agree with you, David. Looks like a great Superman. I love the difference in hairstyle between Clark Kent and Superman. I don't know Rachel Bosenham as much as other actresses and actors in this movie. But the little bit I see of her as
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane. I'm kind of excited to see what she does with the character. From the sound of it, it does sound like Lois Lane's going to be a anti-Superman character for the first parts of the movie until they kind of like get closer, like they usually do in the comics and
Yeah.
movies. And what I'm excited for, because one of the next movies coming up, I think next year will be Supergirl. Millie Alcock from.
He's a good boy.
Oh, okay, that's what you're laughing
No,
at.
no.
That's just bad timing because you hear the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My bad.
From House of Dragons. She played the younger Rhaenyra. She's gonna be Supergirl, and she should be appearing at the end of this movie, somewhere near the end, as a end credit scene, or maybe just in the final act. Yeah, I think this movie has a lot of great things coming for it, and I'm actually pretty excited. Might be one of my most anticipated next year. See that video when that comes out. I'm just gonna plug that in there shamelessly.
Yep, it's coming.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
That haircut.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
Aaron, I feel like you're gonna have a hard time remembering where they cut this trailer just to show these screenshots.
I
and
love
everything.
Nathan
Yeah,
Fillion,
that's
bro.
gonna be hard, but
But that's just
He looks
beautiful.
He looks like the.
It's not a
Andre.
CGI suit.
It's like that's like the
thankfully.
that's like the guy from Andre with the bowl haircut psychopath from fucking.
Yeah.
I wish we could be in your head so we could know what you're talking about.
The Fortress of Solitude.
Yes.
Cool to see the beginnings of that.
I feel like we technically got that with Man of Steel,
We
but
did.
then they moved it to the middle of Metropolis.
Also, who's
Who's this
character?
robot butler? Forget his name.
I can't remember. This guy, I think his name was Metamorphosis or something like that. I'm probably wrong. Please tell me in the comments. But it seems like if you really break down the trailer and watch other people's trailer
Keywords.
breakdowns, it looks like he's helping Lex Luthor contain a lot of the metahumans that have already popped up or already existed in this world.
Anton Sugar. Anton. That's what I was thinking of. From
Oh.
Original Men.
Oh.
I could,
Now I know what you're
sorry,
talking
sorry.
That's a really good movie, by the way.
I know.
Um,
I just couldn't freaking think of it.
I also don't think we're getting anything on Batman just yet. Because I feel like they're still trying to decide if Robert Pattinson will be the Batman in this universe.
I think they should.
Fingers
Man.
crossed.
I think they should.
Yeah.
I think the only person who's
Can't believe I'm saying that, but he pulled it off.
I think the only person who's involved with the Batman movies who doesn't quite want this to happen is Matt Reeves. I understand why. And as far as I know, that's all rumors so far. But it would be really cool to see Robert Pattinson next to the Superman. I think it would work well. They're young enough where they could do a lot of movies together.
Yeah. Play off each other really well.
Which would be nice.
Any final opinions or anything you want to add?
You know, we will be coming out next week with a most anticipated list of 2025, talking about some of the movies we're super excited for. This will make my top 10. I'm
Yeah, I'm actually pretty
sufficiently
excited for
stoked
this.
for this movie.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I think it will.
Crypto being in this movie
Yeah,
is
that's a
really
big
cool.
one.
I showed my wife this trailer specifically because Crypto's in it.
Yeah.
I knew that
It's
she would
awesome.
like it only because there's a dog in it.
And it's been said that sometimes James Gunn has a hard time relating to characters, especially Superman. But through Crypto, he had a lot. It made it easier for him to relate and make a good script for this movie. I think I heard somewhere that he kind of based Crypto off of his own dog. Whether that's true or not, James Gunn himself could tell me no or yes. He does.
Yeah, come on the podcast.
Well, he does.
Let's talk, James.
One thing I do like about him taking over DC is the fact that he will go on Twitter and denounce rumors, whether they're true or not, or if something really isn't true, he will say it's not true.
Shut it down.
I think he's a great choice for heading up the studio.
It's cool to see Superman's farm too.
Mm.
See him with his papa.
I'll see his aunt or mother aunt on the
Sister cousin.
on the trailer. So it might be where she didn't survive and his father figure did.
They're switching it up.
Oh, he's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, this should
Boy.
just be the Crypto movie.
I can see him doing something like that. Probably animated, but
Yeah.
I think that's all I got for this.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Look, man, like I said, I'm all for DC being good.
Yeah.
There,
Let them be great.
there are a lot of DC properties that I am a giant fan of.
Yeah.
And if this Superman movie can get us onto the right track of seeing some of those characters that I really love portrayed the right way, Green Lantern would be cool, Martian Manhunter would be cool, Cyborg would be cool.
What would
Not
Beast
a
Boy, give me a
He hasn't existed a single time.
Martian Manhunter.
We've had a closer Martian Manhunter character from
He's in
Invincible.
the Snyder Cut.
Zach will prove you wrong, actually.
So, Snyder had a great plan for a plan for him in place,
Sure.
and he was going to show up in Justice League 2. But he's technically been in his universe since Man of Steel. The general who interacts with Superman quite often, he is actually Martian Manhunter, and you see that him like take his disguise off at the end of the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh,
Yeah,
He's there.
well, it doesn't matter anymore.
I,
So
I like how Snyder can just get away with, yeah, I meant to make a good movie that was all connected. That was my plan.
Yeah, all along.
All along, it was
all-
supposed to be
all along.
good.
Here
and
we
have
go.
These characters.
Martian. All right, show me a picture of like him regular because I just need a comparison. Oh,
But I am hopeful for
Shock.
James Gunn leading this connected universe and making sure stuff
Yep.
fits.
General Swan, that was his name, I think.
General Swan.
doesn't look bad.
Now, for you guys, the Snyder Cut guys, he did a lot of beautiful stuff with these characters, and I do enjoy those movies. And, you know, if we could have both universes side by side, like Netflix takes over and finishes the Snyder Cut,
Let's just make
Fine, let's
Batman
ha-
v Superman.
let's
the
have
first
that
movie
happen.
in the
That'd
new
be
one.
cool. But I'm excited for this universe, and I'm open for this.
Batman has to run. He doesn't.
He's
He can't
running.
fly.
What did I miss?
Fight's almost over. What are we doing?
That
Yes,
was the funniest part of that
the
movie.
studio messed with those movies quite a bit.
Yeah, so let's blame the studio. Not the man.
Are you telling me that wasn't intentional? Because it would have been funnier. Because he showed up out of breath.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
He's very out of breath.
I like
just
also,
ran across the city.
I also like to think that they're shooting this,
Batmobile broke down.
and they drove everyone else there, and then they just and he just like was running late, so he just fucking like, oh, shit, I'm in costume, don't worry.
Traffic. Gotta get out of the Batmobile. We talked about it next week. Stay tuned for our top 10 movies of 2025. We're excited to really dive into that. We
Yeah.
were going to do that this week, but we want to deep dive more into trailers so we can
Yeah.
give a really good list.
Comprehensive
Yeah.
list.
And we're not going to do trailers a lot. If it's for a big movie, yes. I know you guys don't like to watch trailers before big releases.
I do try to
I don't-
avoid most trailers.
I don't mind the first trailer.
Mhm.
That's a good, gives me the tone. Like this one, I watched it now and I'm like, hey, this actually gives me hope for DC again. And I really hope that
Which
they
is all
just take
Superman's
off with
about is hope.
a big bang. That's true.
Yeah.
But
Hope
I don't
starts
want
with
to
an
watch,
H,
you know,
dumbass.
all 5 trailers with all the spoilers.
Yeah.
Because spoilers ruin it.
What the symbol stands for hope. Hope starts with an H. Dumbass.
was
YouTube
good,
is a
though.
gold mine
Yeah, it
for
is,
fun
yeah.
content.
All right.
Like ours.
But like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that list.
Let us know if you're excited for Superman. Maybe you think this movie looks like garbage. Let us know down in the
We'll
comments.
get a new Bane.
Yeah.
One day, Bane may sound like this.
Yeah, maybe one day they'll do them really good.
However, they didn't really get into Harley Quinn. And by then,
I mean, I like that Bane's voice was just.
I like.
have you seen the Harley Quinn animation? You need to watch Harley Quinn animation. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it.
All
If
right.
you're highly recommending that, I'm going to highly recommend My Adventures with Superman. Again, not a huge Superman fan.
I'll check it out.
I have been binging this over the last 2 days.
And I recommend Super Pets. It has crypto.
It was alright.
If you're
I
gonna
don't know.
recommend that, I'm gonna.
I'm going to recommend The Penguin.
A Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
We should start.
Invincible, if you haven't seen it.
We should start a book recommendation channel. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Give out some.
I have
book
so
recs.
many
Hustler.
books to think about.
We could definitely do it. All right.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Tell all your friends to come join us over here on the Split Screeners. What are you doing watching
Yeah.
those other guys?
Yeah, we're the only podcast.
podcast. Don't watch those fools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch
Are we saying
Split
podcast?
Screen.
Did we decide on that?
We haven't.
We are not. but-
I'm gonna just try. Next episode, I'm literally just going to say split screeners and see how it feels. I've just gotten so used to split
Let
screeners
us know.
podcasts. Let us know what sounds the best.
But we are the
Down
split
in the
screeners.
comments. And it is time to
Split it.